Hey everyone, I'm Jonathan, and I'm going to be doing my persuasive speech over why is bull riding a dangerous sport. And some of you may have heard of bull riding, some of you may have not heard riding or heard of bull riding. And bull riding is like a person, like a man on top of a bull, and then they ride for 8 seconds, and then they throw him off. And bull riding is a big draw to the rodeo. It's attractive to people, and people make a living doing the sport. But I chose this because I think it to me it looks uncomfortable, and it looks unsafe, and it just looks dangerous. And I was also interested in this because my dad used to be in rodeos for years, and I attended rodeos when I was a kid, and it just looks unsafe sport. To me, it just doesn't look attractive. And then so my 3 points, I'm going to be talking about what are the common injuries in bull riding, and then my second point, I'm going to be talking about the safety, and then my third point, I'm going to talk about how do people benefit this thing. So my first point, what are the common injuries in bull riding? Well, the common injuries in bull riding are like the fractures are the most common severe injury, according to ncbi.gov. And then concussions allow for about 10 to 5% of injuries. When I think about with people having these concussions of bull riding, it almost reminds me of the NFL today, kind of like when Caleb Pritchett was telling about that in his speech on the NFL football players' heads that I watched a few days ago. It's almost caught my attention how much damaging it could do to your brain, your skull, and all that stuff. And then also your neck injuries. Your neck injuries account for nearly 30% of all that. And then about half of injuries are like minor, so like getting stepped on a bull, trying to get up, trying to get away from the bull, and all that stuff. My second point, I'm going to be talking about the safety. I think about the National Finals Rodeo in Las Vegas. They've come a long ways on this bull riding. Like Lane Frost back in the 1980s used to be having a button-up shirt and jeans and a hat, not much protection, and then you would go out and do that stuff. And then I've seen in the National Finals Rodeo, they're wearing helmets, like almost look like a catcher's helmet, like with the face mask and all that, like when you're playing baseball. And then they're wearing mouth guards, so they're like their teeth won't like jams and doing all that stuff. And they're wearing vests, and they're wearing protection on their legs. And they're trying to do it to make safe for people that want to do this bull riding. My third point, I'm going to be talking about how do people benefit this. People use bull riding to make money, but they also use it as a hobby. They use it for entertainment, that kind of stuff. Like these people that are doing this bull riding, it's like their job, kind of like the NFL or like Major League Baseball or NBA. That's how they make their living. And in conclusion, despite the vests and the helmets, bull riding is still a dangerous sport. But even though it's a popular sport for some people, it's still an unsafe sport. And I think it's more unsafe than basketball. There's injuries in basketball, there's injuries in baseball, there's injuries in soccer, and all that stuff. But it's unsafe, and for having that stuff. And then, I saw this when I was doing my research. Nearly 1 to 2 people on average a year, when they participate in this bull riding, die every year. And it caught my attention when I wanted to do this. And then a call to action to this, I hope Cowboys and injuries with all that stuff, I hope they make donations to Justin Cowboy Crisis Fund, because they made an impact on other Cowboys with injuries and all that stuff that's help them that don't have enough money. They're injured. If they have a broken bone, they can't go to the hospital. They don't have insurance to do all that stuff, and this foundation could help them. And then my bull riding may help people make a living, but it's an unhealthy sport. And that's all I got. Thank you.